Hey guys, Ash here, Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video. Glad to have you all here with me today. Today, we're going to conclude, actually, no, not conclude. We are almost ready to conclude our updated top 10 in each class of hero inside the game. We did tanks, we did healers, we did mages. Today, we're going to do fighters, and then last but not least, will be the top 10 marksmen in the game on the next video here on the channel. How are you guys enjoying Watcher of Realms lately, by the way? I haven't really had a touch base. Maybe I will record one of those later this week too, talking about kind of where I'm at and where I hope to get in terms of my own account, my own progression. But let me know, are you guys from a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most you've ever loved Watcher of Realms, most you've played Watcher of Realms, where are you right now? Would love to hear from you guys. All right, let's get to the gallery here and get to the top 10 fighters in the game. As I say before every list, there's a lot of really great fighters. There's a lot of really great heroes in this game. This is just my very anecdotal list of my top 10, as if Moon Tom was going to come to me one day and say, Ash, we love you. We want to give you, we want to have a draft, a fantasy draft of the fighters. You get to keep them on your account.
Are you ready? You ready? I'm ready.
This would be my response to that, maybe with one exception who we'll get to at number 8. All right, so at number 10 on the list, and by the way, there's so many honorables here. I think the biggest one, Abomination, he was like right there on the list. Usually I put him around like 8 to 10 on my last list. I think he was there, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because somebody's grown on me, and it's Cerberus. Cerberus is a beast, man. He's very unique. He's a very tough fighter to rank on a list like this because unlike every other fighter, I mean, my man, I guess Aatrox would be kind of in the similar category. They just die. They're just there mainly to die. He does have some utility in his kit. He has a pretty nice ultimate as well, but mainly he's just dealing that AoE sustained death damage, which is incredibly useful in some niche areas, basically anywhere you're going against a big wave of enemies, right? So a DPS machine, AoE arena, I love him. Gear Raid 1, areas like that. Conqueror, you know, very, very good hero. He's so unique and he's so effective at what he does that I put him in at number 10. At number 9 on the list, I'm gonna go with some hot lust. Man, the most controversial entry video into the game. I'll give you guys a little eye candy in the background while I talk about lust. She's a nightmare kind of booster almost, right? Obviously, she's really unique. She has that 360-degree attack, which is awesome. It's really cool. She can also give love taps to fellow Nightmare faction members, giving them a little bit of rage regeneration. Her rage is nice and her range is great. She can be a great Nightmare speed booster as well. She really brings a lot to the table. To me, she is very specific, at least for me, around like other Nightmare faction teammates, kind of making her or taking her to the best possible scenario, but also a monster in guild boss and in areas like that. There she is. It's Lust. Hope you guys enjoyed the cutscene. Maybe I'll just do that on everybody. Who cares, right? Number 8 is going to be Wrath. And he doesn't have one. What a shame. Everybody gets him. Might as well give him a little cutscene too, right? The only epic on our list today. Wrath is just so good. Namely, he is an epic lord in Nightmare, which is so incredibly valuable, right? There's a lot of good Nightmare heroes out there, especially kind of in the early game to help you out, like the Barons of the world, right? And he does great damage. And when you can get him awakened and being an epic, it's quite a bit easier to do so. He has that lifesteal kind of built in, so a lot of damage, and doesn't always need a healer hovering over him as well. So like in Artifact Material Raid or something like that, he can actually just handle his own in one of those corners. So Wrath is really obviously the best. I put him as the best epic fighter in the game, which is really cool because he's a freebie. All right, next up I have at number 7, Valeriya. I love Valeriya. Some of you might probably have her like higher, right, on your own rankings. Again, it's pretty, you know, anecdotal here in terms of who I love, but Valeriya is awesome. Chaotic and Nightmare. Being chaotic, she does kind of, you know, kill herself, but her DPS definitely makes up for it. Insane physical damage, insane burst damage, and to help mitigate the fact that she's, you know, damaging herself and next to death all the time, she has unyielding, so she has that unkillable built in as well. She's my number 7. At number 6 on the list is gonna be the jack of all trades. I can't say master of none because he almost feels like the master of all trades, right? It's Arrogance. He has that great range, not only forward, but also to the sides. He can target air as a fighter, and he brings the burning. He brings really nice damage. You can use him basically everywhere. He's very powerful, great range. I guess you can pair him with Lust, right? For even more, one of the most dynamic quick and best bond skills in the game, right? So yeah, Arrogance is just very, very versatile. He's very powerful. AoE, he has some AoE as well, right? Coming in at number 5 on the list is the first hero on the list that yours truly doesn't have. But boy, I've seen a lot of gameplay of him, and I wish I did, and it's Thallen. Thallen is an Arbiter and Esoterus. He has arena damage increase as well. He brings true damage to the table, a little bit more costly, but does have that range. He's AoE, he's magic damage as well, so very unique, and they just I really love the ranged ultimate as well. On this ultimate, he gets basically more range as well. Check it out on the little split screen above. Why don't none of these champions have the cutscenes, man? Come on. Obviously, use him on an Arbiter team to get insane damage. Hits flyers as well, so there's a lot to like about Thallen. At number 5, just need the ancient summons to get your hands on him. That's the only bummer. At number 4, now this is probably one of those fighters that people are going to be like, dude, you're a little bit too high on her, Ash. But if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know my unbelievable, undying, devoted love to Valkyra. I really, really love Valkyra. I was tempted even putting her at number like 3 or 2 on the list because I just think she's so, I guess, underrated. She's an Arbiter as well, also a Northerner. She's magic fighter. She's got that great range. She does debuffs as well. She has the ally revival in the adjacent, square as well. I just love the range. I love the AoE damage. I love the magic damage from her. She's just great, right? She hits flyers as well. I really love Valkyra. She's personally my favorite fighter in the game. I don't think she's the best, but well, I think she's number 4, right? Number 3, it's hard not to put this hero high on the list because still after, over a year of this game, she's still the best when it comes to guild boss damage, and guild boss is obviously such an incredibly fundamental part of this game, and it's Zilitu. Zilitu she's just great. She's got that insane burst damage, especially on an Infernal team with a Pyros or a Twin Fiend or a Solcadens, right? She has a great all-around hero too. I rely on her, so heavily, obviously, in faction trials and areas like that. Gear dungeon. What else? True damage. She can target air as well, right? She's really the full package, especially when it pertains or as it pertains to guild boss, right? She's just still the best DPS out there in the game. There's a reason that still everybody runs Infernal teams. Do you guys think the meta will ever change? Hasn't yet, and Zilitu is still the queen. Great all over the place, especially guild boss. Number 2, this was a tough one for me, guys. I don't have one of these, and I do have the other one, but I put number 2 as Ardea. Man, I love Ardea too. Again, very hard to get. You need the ancient summons, but she is just absolutely bonkers. Still, I want to say she's still the highest attack in the entire game at almost 8,000. She can do some absolutely insane things. She has this really, really long range. She has the AoE attacks as well with those blades. Really awesome. I mean, she's incredibly difficult to awaken, but she has defense reduction and a lot of other just insane OP awakenings. Ardea is my best damage dealer, I want to say, on my entire account. Why am I going to Valeriya? Get out of here. Stop hogging the show, Valeriya. Ardea is my best damage dealer. The only downside is obviously, again, being chaotic. She's going to harm herself, so you need some protection for her, or just have her in an area where she's not going to be hit with AoE attacks, which does mitigate some of the areas with global attacks, especially, that you can get away with using her. But still, for my money, the best DPS out there, especially for a melee ground unit, right? Number 1, I don't have them, which is such a shame. I was taking a little tiny eensy weensy break from the game. I actually took my kiddo on a little vacation when he had his summoning event. I'm waiting for the next one to come around, but it's Valderon. Everything I've seen from this guy, it sucks to put a hero that I don't have as number 1 because I don't have that first-hand experience with him. But man, everybody I talk to, all you guys in the comments, every YouTube video that I've seen with a spotlight on this dude says that he is the right hero, right? He has a damage boost. He's got triple damage potential. He's a chaos freaking lord, incredibly hard to get, obviously. He's got an attack buff. He's just got absolutely insane DPS. Just like everybody on this list, he can get insane, like just one of the best heroes inside the entire game, any class, especially when you get him awakened. You can get penetration plus 8% on A4 on this guy. Oh, man. Make me jealous a little bit in the comments, guys. Any of you guys have him? Let me know about it. He's my number one. So guys, when it comes to honorable mentions, there's probably too many to list, right? Aracha, you know, she's just so good because of her, mainly because of her Lord skill. Even outside of that, she's not bad with a poison. But I use Lineria. I don't have Aracha, but she could have easily made the list. Good old Salazar is still great for that burst damage and the bleed. Who else would I put in the contention for honorables, or who could have made the list? Ymrit, man, I love this dude because he's unnamed. You can use him every day in every faction trial. Really good freeze and control there. Helga as well could easily have made the list. Who else could we have had on the list? Magda could have been on the list as well. So there's a lot of honorables there. I could probably keep going on and on, but there you have it, guys. That is my list of 10. I always still have a little soft spot for Admiral Claw. Excuse me. I love that he has the get over here ability. Just really good stuff. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for the list. Stay tuned for the top 10 mages coming out next on the channel. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.